Anybody pre-Napster that signed a record deal.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the whole premise of it is that it was nothing in their contracts that ever stipulated anything digital because they didn't know that he was gonna have a digital thing. So they're making all this money off the digital side and never paying these artists their correct royalties or they have to come back and renegotiate another contract because that's not in our original contract of what we had. So it's a class action suit. So it's not just them getting 750 million. It's all artists. Pre 2002 movement.
Pre-Napster.
Yep, pre-Napster,
Yeah.
basically.
Basically, all the artists from the 90s, 80s,
Yep.
and 90s.
Yeah, get that money from them. Like I was looking at a clip from the artist St. John, and he was talking about how he made, I guess he had 20, 30 million streams on a Usher song he wrote and got like 20, 30% of publishing.
I saw that.
Good. And then he only made $1,000 or something like that on the whole song, and it got like 20 million streams.
No. NEC rule number 4080.
Record company people are shady. Shout out to them for that.
That Dr. Dre selling his catalog, what, 200 mil?
See, people getting mad. We already remember we looked at the when Tina Turner did that. It's certain stipulations with these where they're getting them.
Yeah,
you only get it for 10 years or you get it for 8. People be like, "Oh, you sold your masters."
Yeah, like
you yeah, you leasing it for like 10 years.
It's like, why is everybody selling their shit?
Because they don't want to have to market it or put it out there for a license.
Now you probably finna get to its peak with all the streaming.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole bunch of commercials. What's the song? It was playing on a commercial today. The song "I Know This Much Is True," and I'm like, who owns the licensing for that? Because I hear it everywhere. Like, who is getting paid for that song? Those little bitty songs you just kind of hear it like, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Biopic. Dionne Warwick wants Tiana Taylor to play her.
I can see it.
We don't know a lot about Dionne, at least us younger people. That wouldn't be a bad one to do.
It's not. It actually, and then as we continue to learn more and more about what she has done and the songs that she had and the remakes that have been like all of that. Yeah, I would like to hear her who was she? Because by the time she came around,
that's Psychic Hotline,
right? And that's what friends are for.
That was like what that Whitney Houston auntie or cousin or something,
right? It's like their cousins or something. Oh shit! Speaking of Psychic Hotlines, have y'all seen the Miss Cleo?
No, how is that?
Yeah, man.
So it's on HBO Max. You are not going to learn anything really important about her. Like the people who are telling her story knew her, but didn't know her as a kid. They didn't know her background. So let's say that you didn't meet me till I was 20, right? So what you know about me is from me being 20 on. You don't know what happened before, right? So whatever I told you is what you know. And there's no one from her childhood who can really be like, oh, well, blah, blah. But essentially, I'm still confused about the accent. Like, does she have an accent? Like, is it real or is it not? And it's like but apparently she was an actress and she used to be at these acting camps and all this stuff. And that accent, that character she came up with during like an improv class. And then there was this thing they were supposed to be doing. She ended up ran off on the plug with the money. And then the next thing, the people that were in that acting class knew, they were seeing her on TV talking about "Call Me Now."
Yep. It's like, is that such a much?
So, and then, but the with the whole Psychic Network thing, she just was the face.
Yeah, she wasn't.
She wasn't talking on the phone to anybody, so people would call. Can I talk to Miss Cleo? Hold on. Oh, she just left, or she's on another call, or whatever. But she didn't talk to anybody. She just did the commercials. And then when people started getting sued, they were looking for her because
they just put it on her.
They kind of just put it on her. And it was really just
Jamaican say her accent ain't real.
Yeah, it was two white
Shout out to
dudes.
Eddie.
Oh, it was somebody in there said she was from St. Louis, didn't they? One of them at the acting school.
Yeah, somebody's like, I think she's from St. Louis. What? So, yeah, there was a one person that was on the documentary who was
acting coach or something.
A Jamaican, no, the Jamaican woman who was like, no, like talking about how her accent wasn't right, or like that Jamaicans anybody from the West Indies could hear it and hear that she didn't sound like the way she was supposed to. Raven Simone is heavily interviewed throughout this documentary. Why? Look, I guess Ja Rule wasn't available because
they said she used to try to be like her on the show or something.
Yeah, so on That's a Raven, I guess there were these little things they would do, and she'd be like Miss Cleo. But I don't need fucking Raven Simone in this goddamn. So anyway, Raven Simone bothers me, but Deborah Wilson from Mad TV was on there, and Deborah Wilson's been doing a lot of these types of documentary type things with interviewing, and I'm enjoying her in all of them. She's bald headed and just really has a lot of substance to bring to the table. But either way, yeah, the Miss Cleo story. It's when it's over with, you're like, okay, but I don't. You're still gonna be like, so was the accent real, or was she born in Jamaica? Maybe she came over here, or what? But she ended up being coming out the closet like at 50 or something years old. Had a girlfriend or a partner, and then she ended up passing away. She had cancer.
So she didn't get, how much bread did she get off all that stuff?
She ain't getting nothing for real.
Damn.
Nothing. Like, not at all. Like, again, it was an acting job.
Yeah.
So, like.
Hey, this cool ass Scott from the I Love 90s Music Podcast. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it on the SOLC Network. You finna get all the real deal on the 90s, the 2000s, and the splash of that 80s. Do it right now, man, and I'll be your friend.